Rajalakshmi not added. All teacher Rajalakshmi waiting. She's waiting. Rajalakshmi not added.
Srimas are waiting.
Is also waiting.
Then one Surya.
Surya Suresh.
Yes.
Next ma'am, Rajalakshmi. Next ma'am, ma'am, Dr. Srikala ma'am next.
Okay, okay.
Yes, എനിക്ക് ആഡ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ശ്രീകല
Oh.
എന്നെ ആഡ് ചെയ്തു.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
രേവതി വന്നില്ലേ? രേവതി.
രാജലക്ഷ്മിയുടെ തലക്കെട്ട് നോക്ക്.
Good evening, Srima sir.
Good evening. ഇതെന്നാ ഭയങ്കര ചെയറായിരിക്കണം. ഇത് കറക്ക് ചെയറാ?
അത് നിഖിലിന്റെ സ്പെഷ്യൽ ചെയറാ.
അതിലായിരിക്കും കറക്കിയത്. പോട്ടെ.
കൊള്ളാല്ലേ?
കറക്കി.
ശ്രീകുമാർ സാർ വേഗം എന്റെ തലക്കെട്ട് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചല്ലോ.
കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു. പിന്നെ
ഞാൻ കണ്ടില്ല.
കൊള്ളാം.
New hairstyle.
നമ്മുടെ ശിവശക്തി മേഡം എവിടെ കണ്ടില്ലല്ലോ.
കണ്ടില്ല.
നാനും കണ്ടു.
ശരിയില്ല.
പ്രദീപ് സാർ യു ടു.
തമിഴ്.
അതെ തമിഴ് പേജ്.
നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തെരിയുമോ?
കണ്ടോ?
ഇല്ല, ശിവശക്തി മേഡത്തെ കാണല്ല ഇന്നു.
ശ്രീകുമാർ സാർ கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. சீக்கிரம் வருவே.
അനിത.
ஸ்ரீகுமார் சார் இப்ப பாத்தீங்களா?
எங்க இல்ல, பார்க்க முடியலையே.
இவ்வளவு நினைக்கவே இல்ல இல்ல.
ஸ்கிரீன்ல இருக்கு. பேசிட்டு இருக்கேனே தெரியலையா?
அப்படியா? இல்ல பேசுறது தெரியுது, உங்களை பார்க்க முடியல, காண முடியல.
நீங்க இதுல கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க, இதுல பேனல் லிஸ்ட்ல கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. பேனல் லிஸ்ட்ல அந்த ஆரோ கிளிக் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே வாங்க, எல்லாருமே வரும்.
இப்ப தெரியுது. இப்ப கிளியர். ரைட்.
Shiva ma'am on Anita. Anita is waiting.
Okay ma'am, okay. Anita SM.
Yes.
ஆமா.
Hello, good evening all.
Anita, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Anita teacher.
Good evening.
Good evening, Anita teacher.
Good evening.
அம்மா வணக்கம்.
எனக்காக்குமா வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
நிஜமா உங்களுக்கு தான்.
நன்றி.
கொஞ்சம் தமிழ் தெரியும் இல்லே?
நல்லாவே தெரியும் மேம்.
நன்னா தெரியும்.
நல்லா தெரியும். பேசுறதுக்கு நல்லாவே தெரியும்.
എവിടുന്ന് രാജലക്ഷ്മി പഠിച്ചതൊക്കെ?
എല്ലാം വളരെ പെട്ടെന്നായിരുന്നു.
വെബിനാറിന് വേണ്ടി പഠിച്ചാണോ?
ഇത് ഒരു യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി മീറ്റിംഗ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ബാങ്കിലേക്ക്. അപ്പം അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് പിന്നെ ഇതിലോട്ട് വന്നതാണ്.
അതുകൊണ്ടാണ്
ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു രാവിലെ ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ഇപ്പൊ 3 മണിക്ക്.
3 മണിക്ക്. ഓക്കെ.
പേപ്പർ 1ന്റെ ആണോ?
അതെ 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 ടീച്ചറെ.
ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് നാളെ എങ്ങാണ്ടാണ് സൈക്കോളജി.
എത്ര ദിവസത്തിനകത്ത് കൊടുക്കണം?
31
ലാസ്റ്റ് ഡേറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ.
ഈ 31
300 questions, 250.
200 or
200 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു 200 തുടങ്ങി 2000 ആവുമെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ഇല്ല ഇത്തവണ കുറച്ച് മതി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
നമ്പർ മതി.
ഡ്യൂട്ടി ലീവ് കിട്ടും. 1 വീക്ക് ഡ്യൂട്ടി ലീവ് ഉണ്ട്.
ആണോ? അത് ശരി.
Very nice.
അടുത്ത ആഴ്ച, ഈ ആഴ്ച. ഓ,
ഈ ആഴ്ചയല്ല, 31st മുമ്പ് ഒരാഴ്ച
മുമ്പ്. അതെ, ഈ ആഴ്ചയോടെയൊക്കെ ഉള്ളൂ.
അടിപൊളി.
ശ്രീകുമാർ സാർ.
ഓ,
അപ്പൊ ഈ ആഴ്ച കഴിഞ്ഞ് അടുത്ത ആഴ്ച 2-3 ദിവസമേ ഉള്ളൂ. അല്ലേ?
അതെ സാർ, അത്രേ കാണുള്ളൂ.
അതെ.
കുറച്ചല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ, ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്തല്ലേ വരുന്നേ. പിന്നെ
അതെ.
3 സബ് യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ഒക്കെ എനിക്ക് വരുന്നു.
അതെ. ഇനി നമ്മുടെ ആരൊക്കെ വരാനുണ്ടോ? അല്ലെ, ഇനിയുണ്ടല്ലേ നമ്മുടെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്, ഇനിയുണ്ടല്ലോ നമ്മുടെ കൂട്ടുകാരൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്.
353 അല്ലേ?
എന്തോ? അതെ.
സിന്ധു സർവേ ഒന്നും വന്നില്ല.
08. ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്.
രേവതി വന്നില്ല.
ശ്രീകല ടീച്ചർ, രേവതി ടീച്ചർ എത്തിയോ?
ഇല്ല, എത്തിയില്ല.
ഇന്നത്തെ വെൽക്കം സ്പീച്ച് രേവതി ടീച്ചർ അല്ലേ?
ഞാൻ വിളിക്കാം.
ഓക്കെ.
സാധാരണ നേരത്തെ വരുന്നതാണ്.
ഈ രേവതിയാ മാം?
രേവതി എൻ ആണോ?
രേവതി എൻ മാഡം.
രേവതി only here ma'am. Please call her ma'am.
Yes. രേവതി കേറുന്നില്ലേ? പെട്ടെന്ന് കേറിക്കോ. വെൽക്കം അല്ലേ? രേവതി
Ma'am,
രേവതി ടീച്ചർ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തോ?
ഇതുവരെ ചെയ്തില്ല.
ആണോ? ഓക്കെ.
രേവതി ഇപ്പൊ കേറാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
ഓക്കെ.
രേവതി എന്നല്ലേ?
Yes.
നമ്മുടെ രേവതി
രേവതി വേറൊരു രേവതി കയറിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് നമ്മുടെ രേവതി അല്ല, അത് വേറൊരു രേവതിയാണ്.
രേവതി എൻ വെയിറ്റിംഗ്.
വെയിറ്റിംഗ് ആണ്.
അല്ല, പാർട്ടിസിപ്പൻസിലുണ്ട്.
Yes, ma'am. Waiting. Yes. I saw her. I added, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, Alina. Alina not available, ma'am, today.
Surya, okay. Devika, okay. The others comparing team is there. No problem.
ടീച്ചർ എന്നെ കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ?
ഇല്ല.
അയ്യോ, അതെന്തോ പറ്റിയോ? ക്യാമറ ഓൺ ആ ടീച്ചർ?
വീഡിയോ ഓൺ ആണോ?
വീഡിയോ ഓൺ ആണ്. വീഡിയോ ഓൺ ആണ്.
രേവതി എന്നല്ലേ ഇനിഷ്യല്?
അതെ ടീച്ചർ.
N Revati.
രേവതി എൻ. ഇപ്പൊ കാണാം. ഓക്കെ.
ദേവിക മൂളിപ്പാട്ട് പാടുകയാണോ?
സുരേഷ് സാർ,
കേട്ടോ.
ഒരു മിനിറ്റേ ഉള്ളൂ ഇനി.
ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ വെറുതെ ഇരിക്കുക.
ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് ഒന്നും ഒരു പ്രശ്നമല്ല സുരേഷിന്, അല്ലേ?
ഞാൻ ഏറ്റവും ആദ്യം കയറിയ 3:28 കട തുറക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് കയറിയ.
എന്തിനാ ക്യാമറ മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചേക്കുന്നേ? ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയല്ലേ കാണാൻ പറ്റൂ.
സുരേഷ് സാറെ, ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്. അതാരാ? അനിതയാണ്.
അനിതയാ.
പതുക്കെ പറഞ്ഞോ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം അവിടെ അലറി വിളിക്കും.
Very good evening to our resource person.
വെൽക്കം.
അനിത സാമോ? അതാരാ?
അയ്യോ, ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞ ഞാനാന്നേ, രാജലക്ഷ്മി.
രാജലക്ഷ്മിക്ക് ഒരു സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഉണ്ടെന്ന്. LA ആണോ അതോ LE ആണോ?
അല്ല, എനിക്ക് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഇല്ല.
അത് പേരിലല്ലേ ഉള്ളു, അല്ലാതെ ഭയങ്കര മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ആണ്.
അത് നോക്കണേന്റെ കുഴപ്പമാണ്.
എന്താ ചെയ്യുക, കാണുമ്പോ അങ്ങനെ തോന്നണത്.
അത് നമ്മുടെ കുഴപ്പമല്ല.
പെർസെപ്ഷൻ എറർ ആണല്ലേ?
അതെ.
പെർസെപ്ഷൻ.
കറക്റ്റ്.
റെക്കോർഡിംഗ് ആണേ.
റെക്കോർഡിംഗ്.
അയ്യോ, ശിവശക്തി മാഡം തേവയില്ലാതെ മാഡം തേവയില്ലാതെ இல்ல தேவையில்லாதெல்லாம் எடிட் பண்ணிருங்க.
எல்லாரும் கேட்டாச்சு.
அதெல்லாம் மாய்ச்சலாம்.
இனி எல்லாம் பேசாம இருக்கலாம்.
சார் 4 o'clock மேம்.
சார் ஸ்டார்ட் ചെയ്യാം சார்.
yes ma'am. Dr. Suresh sir.
മിസ്റ്റർ തുടങ്ങട്ടെ?
yes
ma'am.
Good evening everyone. Welcome back to the 4th day of National Webinar on Eco-Friendly Practices for Sustainability. Let's continue and start our journey with prayer. I invite Ms. Mrutula for the prayer.
ജഗദീശരാത്രിയും ശശാങ്കതാരകങ്ങളും പകലുമർക്കബിംബവും നിറഞ്ഞ മേഘജാലവും മൃഗദദംബ പക്ഷിവൃക്ഷ പുഷ്പശലഭവൃന്ദവും മികവിൽ നിന്റെ വൈഭവങ്ങൾ വാഴ്ത്തിടുന്നു ദൈവമേ. ഗഗനമെന്തൊരത്ഭുതം, സമുദ്രമെന്തൊരത്ഭുതം, നിഖില ജീവജാല ജീവനെന്നതെന്തൊരത്ഭുതം. സകലതും രചിച്ചതോർക്കിലകിലനാഥനായ നീ. സകല ശക്ത നിൻ പദം നമിച്ചിടുന്നു ഞാൻ വിഭോ. ദീനരിൽ കൃപാവരം കനിഞ്ഞരുളിടേണമേ. മാനസംഭവാനദീനു കരുണ ചെയ്ക സന്തതം. ഊനമറ്റ ചിത്തശുദ്ധി കൃത്യശക്തി ശുദ്ധിയും ഞാനിളച്ചിടായ്വതീനു നീ കടാക്ഷമേകണം. ജഗദീശരാത്രിയും ശശാങ്കതാരകങ്ങളും പകലും ആചാരനുസ്മരണം. ഒരു ജന്മമാകയും സേവനത്താൽ ഒരു ധന്യ ജീവിതമാകുകയായി ഒരു നാടിനാകെ ഉണർവു നൽകി വിരാജിപ്പു വന്ദ്യനമാചാര്യൻ. ശ്രേയസ്സും നന്മയും കാരുണ്യവും ഏകിടുമാ പാപമെന്നും തൃപ്പാദങ്ങൾ വന്ദിക്ക നിത്യവും ഭക്തിപൂർവം. വന്ദിക്ക നമ്മളാ തൃപ്പാദങ്ങൾ വന്ദിക്ക നിത്യവും ഭക്തിപൂർവം. വന്ദിക്ക നിത്യവും ഭക്തിപൂർവം.
For welcome speech, I would like to invite Dr. Revati N, Assistant Professor, NSS Training College, Changanasheri. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening, one and all. On behalf of Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers of Tamil Nadu University and NSS Training College, Changanasheri, I welcome you all to the 4th day of one-week national webinar on eco-friendly practices for sustainability. Today is a special day for all of us at NSS Training College, Changanasheri. Today, we are going to meet a person whose love for nature has no limit. He is our most respected colleague, Dr. Suresh KJ. He taught environmental education and motivated and inspired our students in his own unique way of illustrations. During World Environment Day celebrations on June 5th, at our college, every year he comes with a huge bunch of saplings of rare plant species, which he grows and keeps over a few months to distribute among our students and colleagues. Now coming to his CV. He is the former Associate Professor of General Education, NSS Training College, Changanasheri, and had an experience in teaching for over 23 years. He is a visiting member of NCTE, Academic Council member of MG University, member of many BEd and MEd curriculum revision committees, and former chairman of BEd Examination Board of MG University. He was the former member of Kerala School Curriculum Revision Committee He have been a resource person in various programs organized by WWF, national webinars, centrally sponsored scheme for teachers, seminars, orientation programs, workshops, etc. There were more than 25 national and international publications on his credit. Above all, a nature lover will be a lover of art and literature too. He wrote many articles, poems, and dramas in weeklies, magazines, and newspapers. He published his poems as a book called Chayumbol Uchavele. He wrote 24 songs for 3 audio musical albums. On behalf of all gathered here, I welcome Dr. Suresh KJ to deliver an insightful lecture on environmental awareness and consciousness in children. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome speech. Now, for thought-provoking session, I would like to invite our resource person, Dr. Suresh KJ, retired Associate Professor of NSS Training College, Changanashiri. Welcome, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Okay, welcome to all.
Namaste.
Namaste,
Okay.
sir.
Namaste. Good evening to all, dear participants. So I am really happy that I have been invited to this national webinar on eco-friendly practices for sustainability, organized by Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, Tamil Nadu, Teacher Education University, and my own college, NSS Training College, Changanashiri. I am very thankful to all the organizers of the national webinar, and especially to the organizing secretaries, Dr. T. Shivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor and Coordinator of Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, and Dr. Srigala KL, Associate Professor, NSS Training College, Changanashiri. So I have got very little time, just 50 minutes to present my topic. So actually, this topic is somewhat different topic than other topics in the environmental education. So I'll just directly go to the presentation. I don't know whether I will be able to finish that one, because at least it takes 3 hours to finish the topic, because usually I take this topic for 3 hours. So I'll try as far as I can cover. I don't know whether I will be able to finish. Anyhow. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Audible,
Okay.
sir. Audible. Your screen is visible.
Okay, can you see the slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. So welcome to my topic called environmental awareness and consciousness. Actually, it's a different topic. Usually when we talk about environmental education, we jump into certain topics like sustainable development or environmental pollution or global warming, like that. So many topics are there. So today I'm not going to touch on any such topics, because all these topics have been discussed many times, and I think you will be overloaded with such theories. You all are teacher educators or professors from various universities across India, and you all know those things. So there is no point in discussing again and again and supersaturating your brain with so much information, because I want you to do something to the nature and to you also. These are 2 terms, environmental awareness and consciousness. You can see a beautiful picture here. This is a picture of Mount Everest. 2 peaks are there in golden color in the evening light. So awareness and consciousness, these 2 terms are just like these golden mountain peaks in your mind. So if you look into the dictionary, this awareness and consciousness, awareness means just knowledge. The dictionary will give you such a meaning only, knowledge, knowledge or sometimes understanding also. And consciousness, it also resembles in meaning. Again, it will be awareness about something or understanding about something. But in the Indian context, these two words have different meaning. Awareness means it is something more than knowledge. And consciousness is still an elevated level of awareness. That's the difference. So you may not get that term meaning from the dictionary or from the Western aspect. So awareness, I'll give you a simple example for knowing that one. For example, we all know that we all have the knowledge about this. For example, if we buy a cigarette packet, there is a statutory warning on that cover that cigarette smoking causes cancer. And on every liquor bottle, there is a description that consumption of alcohol is injurious to health. But people who are well educated still go for smoking and drinking. Why? They are aware, they know that it is harmful to their health, still they go for that. If you are conscious about your health and the hazards of these things, you won't go for that. So for example, then naturally we will get rid of that kind of mischiefs or habits or like that. So that is the difference between awareness and consciousness. After completing this 7-day seminar, will you go and plant a tree? That's my question. Will you go and do something to the nature to make the nature still good? Then only the environmental education becomes meaningful. So awareness should reach the level of consciousness. I am not deliberating so much on that. And I'll just go to, I'm not going to take any theory. First, I'll just mention about the environmental education. UNESCO objectives. There are 6 objectives in the according to the UNESCO for environmental education. The first one is awareness. Here, awareness is actually given us just like knowledge, information or something like that. Then comes knowledge. Then that should lead to attitude and values. Awareness that is for the individual as well as for social groups. Again, knowledge for the individuals as well as for social groups about the environment, about your deeds, about your activities, and about the problems and of issues of nature. Then that should lead to skill building or capacity building. And finally, these people or individual or the social groups should be able to evaluate the problems, and accordingly, they will be able to do something. That is the final goal. That's the goal. They will be able to participate in activities. Then only this environmental education becomes meaningful. Actually, what happens, we all talk about so many things, so many issues, so many problems, and we get a bunch of knowledge, and still we will not be doing any activity or participation in building a good nature. So, motto is that think globally. It is better to have a good knowledge about all these issues and problems, but you should be able to act locally. You should do something, at least planting a tree. Then only it will become, yes, environmental education will become meaningful. I'll not be lecturing so much. I'll be showing you so many wonderful pictures, or some pictures will be just disturbing to you also, but it will be focusing on certain issues around you, around us, around the world, and what is our thought, what is our solutions for that. That is the important thing. So I'll go to first certain. This is a wonderful picture. I don't know whether you have seen this picture before, and what it is made up of. This is another picture. All these are wonderful sculptures made out of, what is ice. See this. This is a big palace built of ice cubes. And even this is bigger than Mysore Palace. Can you see? It is a wonder, actually. And people are visiting that palace. This is big palaces, parks are there. I'll be just rushing through these slides because I'll not be able to finish all the slides. See these wonderful pictures. All are made up of ice cubes only. This is a festival, a rare festival, Ice and Snow Festival. That's celebrated in Harbin, a city in China, Northeast China. And the temperature, usual temperature is there is minus 16 degrees Celsius. It is near to Siberia. And every year in the winter season, that is from December to February, this festival is celebrated there, and lots of people from all over the world come there. Millions of people visit there. And see, these are the ice cubes. I think you can see the ice cubes of 2 to 3 meters, and it is made up of that. All these corridors are made up of that one, or palaces are made up of that one. And this is a picture, a meaningful picture. We may not be able to see these kind of wonderful sculptures for a long time because the climate is changing. Everything, the nature is changing. I will invite your attention to certain issues. For example, this is a cabinet meeting held in the Mount Everest, the base camp of Mount Everest. I think you might have heard about that one. That happened in 2009, a cabinet meeting of the Nepali ministry. See, and what they were talking a very simple thing. They are telling a very simple thing to the whole world, that Himalayan glaciers are melting. That's all. Not very big things. Himalayan glaciers are, but it is not as simple as we think. That is a problem. See, I'll show you the picture of a mountain, which is in 1985, the mountain was full of snow. And 2002, this is an old picture actually. It is in 2002 means 18 years back. You can see the same mountain in the same days. The difference between. Again, another thing. See, in 1914, this mountain was like this. The glacier was like this one. And in 1982, it was like this one. And in 1996, it was like this one. And 2005, there was no snow at all, or a very little. So melting icebergs in the Arctic or in Himalaya is a very big problem to the nature. You might be knowing this animal. It is polar bear, and its habitat is totally destroyed. And it is not able to jump from one iceberg to another iceberg. So naturally what happens, sometimes it may die. So their demand was stop climate change and let the Himalayas live. This is another wonderful meeting that is held under the sea. That is the cabinet meeting of Maldives by the ministers. That's also in 2009, also happened in 2000. They were also demanding a very simple demand, not big things, because Maldives is a country which is just 2.1 meter above the sea level, 2.1 MSL. See, you can see that just very near to the sea. The coast is very near to sea. If the wave just rises by 1 or 2 meters, the whole country will be disappearing. This is another island which may disappear in the future. It is called Tuvalu Island. Tuvalu Island. There are so many other islands like this which may disappear in the future, and you can think, if the islands disappear, where those people will go. We may not feel that one because we don't have such a problem. Another one is Kiribati Island in Pacific. Another one is Vanuatu Island in Pacific. Then Papua New Guinea. All are just 1 or 2 meters above the mean sea level. This is Moore Island in the Bay of Bengal. So don't think that this polar bear alone is endangered. Even the mankind is also endangered. They are losing their habitat, they are losing their house, they are losing their property, and they are losing their life also. This is a picture which I'm just mirroring all these issues to you. You just think of that one. These things are happening. The another thing is drought. It means 1/3 of the whole planet will be deserted by the year 2100. Means after some 80 years, we may not be able to see that one. The climate experts in the say that the 1/3 of the whole planet will be deserted. And farmers will, now itself, not in 2100, now itself, farmers are not able to plant, do their agricultural activities. Then their cattle are dying. Even birds are dying for lack of water. Even big rivers, even in Kerala, you know, Nila or Bharatapuzha, most of the time it is full of sands only, no water at all. Then these are big dams. This is our dam in Idiki. You can see that one. Our reservoirs are also drying. Then people have to walk miles and miles to get drinking water. Average, in an average, a rural woman in India has to spend at least 4 to 5 hours to get their water every day for everyday use. And even if we get the water, it is ugly or dirty water. It is not useful. In Tamil Nadu, it is a very familiar. I think it is a very familiar spectacle. See, very long queues for water. You can see that one. People spending hours and hours for getting water and long queues of. Then what will be the future? Think of that one. Future is very simple. If a war happens in mostly by 2050, if a war happens, that will be for water. Water wars will be there, not for power or anything else. Wars will be for. So whenever you drink the water, remember that the spring should exist. That should exist. Then recently in 2018, actually it has become an annual affair in Kerala or all over India. The Godson country was in trouble, very great trouble. There was no such flood in even the memories of our ancestors also. That I think in 1924, some 94 years back only, there was such a big flood. So such a flood, the whole Kerala was buried under water. You can see the pictures. See, this is the picture of Kerala at the time, an aerial picture at that time of. So all the houses, everything is buried under water. Even the flooding water was up to the roof level. People were vacating their house and going to the camps. Even these Taurus lorries, tipper lorries, they were getting. You can see that one. Whatever vehicle, whatever thing they get, they strive for that one. Then another one is landslide. Big landslide. Even these mountains were coming down. And lots of people were buried. Many families, many people were buried under that one. You can see the pictures of that one. Why? Because the quarrying. The unlawful quarrying. In Kerala, actually, there are around 6,000 quarries. And among these, 4,000 are unlawful quarries. They don't have any license at all. And they do quarrying. I don't know whether you will be able to understand the magnitude of quarrying. Usually, people will think that quarrying is, of course, necessary. Then why do we resist that one? This unlawful quarrying, you can see, I'll show you 2 pictures. See, this is the top of a mountain. And you can see that aerial picture and see how dangerous it is. It has become. And this way, the whole mountain will one day collapse and come down. It's another picture. So the picture talks itself. I need not talk to you because there is a proverb that a picture worth 1,000 words. So this itself will do. So people are losing all their beloveds, their properties, their agriculture, everything they are losing. The common man are not able to survive at all. Then this is flood is not something very special to Kerala alone. This happens in Chennai also. In 2015, there was a big flood in Chennai. You can see, even airports were under water. You can see that one. The same is the case of Bangalore also. It happens anywhere in India, whether it is in Brahmaputra or Ganga or any Sindhu or anywhere, it happens. All our developments are underwater. Whatever we are proud of, all comes underwater and it comes to a standstill when this water flows. In Chennai, actually, my relatives are there in Chennai, and some 50 years back, they told that Chennai was full of ponds and everything. Later, these real estate lobby, actually, they made so many flats and everything, and they just leveled all these ponds and made flats on that one. And that way, the water drainage was stopped, and water was not able to get rid of that city, and thus this flooding happened. In Bangalore also, the same happened, because the Majestic bus stand, earlier it was a very big lake, and that was dumped with soil, and cleared and this majestic bus stand will be built over that one. Then people are losing their habitat and epidemic and everything is growing. So think that one day all our developments, sometimes it may get submerged, whether it is Statue of Liberty or Eiffel Tower or whatever it is. There is a chance that everything, whatever is our proud developments, that may come underwater. So don't let this be our future. You may not be able to survive that one. Then another one is famine. Very dangerous thing. We are not experiencing it at all. I think all the participants may not have experienced with this famine or appetite ever in there. See, long queues are there. These are pictures from Africa. But it happens in India also. These people are Indian people. You can see. These are Indian. They're standing for their food. This is a very famous photograph taken by Kevin Carter. You may be knowing that a photograph taken from Sudan in 1993. And a vulture was waiting for this poor child. This poor child was actually crawling towards the UN food camp to get food. And actually Kevin Carter took this photo and he left. Later, he got Pulitzer Prize in 1994. But after that, when he committed suicide because he thought that he could not save that child. So he committed suicide also at the very age of 33. So poverty in India, all these pictures are from India. See how people are living in Bombay and everything. So naturally, when they are deprived of food, naturally they may go to terrorism. So think that poverty is a weapon of mass destruction. Don't think that weapons alone can destruct the whole world or do calamities. Poverty, because how many days a person can suffer this appetite. So think whether we should have the feast or famine. What we should do. So this is a question mark on the mankind. So the Time magazine has said Earth is just like a bomb. It is endangered. So every year, as a ritual, these climate change conferences are going on so many years, 2015, 2009, 2012, 2020. Every year it happens, and so many discussions are going well and good. That should happen. See, and protesters are doing their work also. See, various kinds of protesting. Then, at the same time, this is also happening just behind the scene. Copenhagen Fashion Summit in a climate conference. And even, see, vacant seats. And people are sleeping. And finally, they will get into an agreement. Everything is settled. World leaders will get into a climate change. Everything is settled. We agree to sign a pledge to hold another meeting to consider changing course at a date yet to be determined. Finally, they will settle that one. This is about sea level rise in 1880 to 2000. See, how many centimeters, even 25 centimeters is a great thing. Sea level rise. I'm just skipping all these things. So finally, Obama, the former American president, said, I'm sorry, we could have stopped catastrophic climate change. So what is there if there is climate change? That's the question we should ask. Stop climate change before it changes you, because you can change. Everything you can change. See, in Delhi, the pollution is very much. So people are getting asthma. So naturally, what change comes? Their lungs will become big, the nose will become big, and all those ailments will be there. So naturally, this environmental climate will change you also. Then another one, this is about global warming. You can see the pictures, how the earth sweats and everything. So it is just like the earth is just like a bullseye in a frying pan. So let this not be our tomorrows. Our tomorrow should not be just like fiery evenings. Then who else do these things? No one else than humans. In 1960, there was a conference in the headquarters of Greenpeace, And there was actually, they placed a mirror at the entrance, and there was a caption there, the most dangerous species in the world. And that was none else than human. The global warming predictions, that is by 2100, sometimes the temperature may increase by up to 8 degrees Celsius. That means if it is nowadays it is around 45 to 50 in North India, sometimes it may reach to 50 or 60. Then you can imagine what will be the fate of mankind. So these may be the changes which may occur in food, water, ecosystems, extreme weather conditions, risk of climate change, and major irreversible change. So if it rises by 1 degree Celsius, 2 degrees Celsius, 3 degree, 4 degree, 5 degree, like that, what happens? I'm not going to explain that one because I don't have time for that one. Then about greenhouse effect, you all know about that one. So I'm not going to explain that one. The reason is mainly we know the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and such gases are the causes. You can see the smoke coming out from the factory. This is pollution. This is a scenery from North India. This is pollution, vehicle pollution, diesel pollution. It's another alarming great thing, petrol, diesel pollution. And another one is burning of stable, burning of waste. Then forest fire. You can see the danger. Means by 3000, we may not be able to see that era then. By that time, 13 degrees Celsius temperature may be rising. Funny thing happened. Now it's the days of COVID. But COVID, whether it is a blessing or not, because earlier, before, that is in November 2000, you can see the picture of the Gateway of India. And in March 30, 2020, the same place, different pictures. This is cloudy and full of smoke, and this is very clear. The atmosphere is very clear. Again, this is the case of deforestation. We are cutting all the trees, and every day, 15 kilometers square of rainforests are cleared in all over the world. You can see. And still we are sitting in the shade of a single tree, and we think that there is no problem at all. This is another issue that is called, you may be knowing that one, ozone layer depletion. This red part, there the ozone layer depletion is very much. And still we are saying, see, the legs are already burnt, and still we are saying that why is everyone so afraid of nature? This ozone layer depletion. Then ozone layer depletion, I am not. This is the picture of troposphere, stratosphere. Actually, this ozone layer is in the stratosphere. And these are the gases which are causing ozone layer depletion: carbon dioxide, methane, CFCs, ozone, nitrous oxide, etc. Then this protective layer, ozone layer in the stratosphere, actually gets the ultraviolet rays absorbed and protects us from these ultraviolet rays. You can see the picture. Everything, even flights, then rockets and everything, we send it to the stratosphere and destroy the ozone layer. Even a simple, this kind of spray, that also can destroy the ozone layer. When we are using a spray, remember that when we are actually destroying the ozone layer. So ozone and cancer, you can see the ozone in the upper atmosphere is critical to human health. The skin cancer increases dramatically with increased exposure to ultraviolet rays. So wake up, humans, you are endangered too. Not the polar bear or other kind of species, you are also endangered. Think that whether we have to live or die. If you are going like this, definitely, yes, we can die together. So it is the duty of every citizen, every person to protect the nature and the earth, not for the environment, but for their own sake. Then how to win the war on global warming? Can one person change the global warming? Sometimes your answer may be no, but see these people. The forest man of India, Jadhav Molai, he is not an educated person. Usually we take a degree, even PhD degree in environmental education. And still we were not doing anything for the nature. But this person, who is a very illiterate person from Assam, Jadhav Molai Payeng, is called the forest man of India. One-man army. He turned around 1,500 acres of land into a forest. Actually, on the banks of Brahmaputra, he planted for the last 40 years. Every day he was planting tree on the Brahmaputra bank. And up to 2008, even the forest officials were not knowing about what happened there. But in 2008, a herd of elephants, about 115 elephants, came into the nearby village, and the villagers complained about that one. Then the forest officials came, and then only they came to know that there is such a wonderful forest, about 1,500 acres. And then they appreciated him, and later he got Padma Shri for this virtuous deed. Padma Shri. This is another person. Sometimes you may think that he is a beggar just lying in the sand. He is another person. He is called Darapalli Ramaiah. People call him mentally unstable and for carrying seeds and saplings all the time. But he collected and he actually planted 1 crore saplings. 1 crore saplings, and he also got Padma Shri. There is a very ordinary people. They are illiterate, uneducated people, and still they are doing wonders. This is another person from Kerala. He is called Kallan Pokkudan. Kallan Pokkudan, he planted mangroves, around 1 million mangrove trees, saplings, in the coastal regions. You know that, you all know that mangroves, it actually helps us to retain our coastal banks. So actually, he planted 10 million saplings. I think I can show you a video. That will be better. Okay, I'll show you later because there are certain technical problems. So what we can do to stop this climate change or global warming or whatever it is, the best way is, at least, can we reduce the temperature by 1 degree Celsius by doing whatever good for the nature? So for example, changing a light bulb means an incandescent bulb. Usually we use the incandescent bulbs in the house, and if you change that one, the electricity consumption will be less. And nowadays we are getting LED bulbs also. Means even a bulb of 5 voltage or 8 watt bulb will be giving the light of 40 watt, 60 watt incandescent bulb. Then stop leaving the equipment on standby mode. Usually what we do, if we switch on a TV in the morning, it will go up to the evening. Nobody will be there to watch that TV. Still, it will be there. If you open a computer, it will be there all the time, and nobody will be doing anything. If you go to college or school, that will be happening. Every equipment will be on mode, and nobody will be, or fan or light or whatever. Nobody will be stopping that one, switching off that one. So stop leaving the equipment on standby mode. Switch off. If you are not using that one, switch off it. That's all. Whether it is a fan or TV or whatever it is, switch off that one. Then say no to plastic bags. Very simple things. When you go for shopping, you can just, nowadays it is already plastic bags are banned in Kerala, but still everywhere you will get that one. So then you can just take a cotton bag with you along with that one. Then shop for local food. stop junk food and shop for local food, because you can buy groceries or vegetables from the local vendors than from these Reliance shops or like that, big malls. Then usually better to walk or bike or go public. Nowadays in the COVID area, it is not possible. Everybody is using their own vehicle just out of the fear of COVID. So after that, we can expect, at least we can walk for some, for 500 meters or 1 kilometer, we can walk that, I think. And that's good for our health also. Then at least plant a tree. After hearing this one, this seminar, you should be able to plant at least a tree. Then singing in the rain means just enjoy the nature. We will be always, most of the people will be inside our home, and we will be out of touch with the environment. So try to be in touch with the environment and enjoy the nature. There are so many things solving global warming, things for solving the issues. That is what we can do in travel, best way, walking or cycling or using public transport. Then in the home, you can choose energy efficient appliances, then turn off electrical appliances whenever not in use. Use clothes in the sunlight, dry clothes in sunlight, not the dryer. Then you can install this kind of solar panels and everything. Then buying local food, using less plastic bags, then eating less meat, planting trees, and talking to others for getting the change done. That is working as a catalyst in the society. So I am not explaining so much about that one. Means we should save energy. Why should we save energy? People ask that one, but we should, because for the nature and for ourselves. So practice vegetarianism as far as possible. I'm not insisting that one, but as far as possible, it is good for your health also. That way also you can stop global warming. There are so many reasons behind that one. Then just for fun, we are always attacking or destroying the other species. You can see that one. Killing. These are gorillas. Just for fun only. These are the pictures from Norway. There, the young men, just to show their bravery, they used to kill whales. You can see how many whales are killed there. Even the sea has become full of blood. Just for fun only, not for any sake. Then killing this python, snakes and everything. Then fighting with the kangaroo, just for fun. This is another one, bullfighting. Then taming the elephant. You can see that in circus. The elephant cannot do like that when it cannot stand on a stool or like something like that. But still we are taming for them. Then for poaching elephants for their tusks. You can see the cruelty. So are we losing our paradise? The question is that. This is a quote of Mahatma Gandhi saying, "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed." Because everything is there in the earth, on the planet, but just to satisfy our needs, everything the nature will provide everything, but not our greeds. So be kind to our beautiful planet. That is my request. So our plant is a very beautiful. I'll show a beautiful pictures of this sunset. You all will be liking to watch these pictures. This is a honeybee. See how wonderful it is. Golden fish, everything. These are the pictures or sceneries or spectacles which we want to see. But are we doing anything to keep it as such? So the nature belongs, the planet belongs to these people also. Animals, whether it is elephant or horse or dogs or cats or whatever. You can see the pictures. I'm just speeding up because time is almost over. So what do you have to do? Try to love the animals also. At least you should have a pet in your home. Whether it is a cat or a dog or whatever it is, try to love the animals also. In rural areas, villages, it is actually a practice. Every home will have at least cows or sheep or dogs or whatever it is. But in cities, it may not be so. Or of course, there will be dogs. I know cats will be there, pets will be there. So try to love the animals also. Adopt at least one animal. Please adopt me at least one animal in your home. Adopt an animal from the world wildlife. So try to love the nature. Say, I love the nature. Not for the sake of the nature or for the good of the nature, because it is for ourselves. Without the nature, you may not be here. If the plant is not in good condition, you may not be able to survive at all. So keep the planet clean. It is our duty to keep the environment clean and protect that environment. So let us join hands for that. I think I was a little speedy and I could finish it with 50 minutes. It's already 4:50. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you will be able to do at least something, at least planting a tree for the good of nature, because we are taking free oxygen. You may be knowing that one oxygen cylinder costs 500 to 1,000 rupees. Every day, it lasts for just 8 hours only. Every day, at least we have to use 3 oxygen cylinders. The nature is not providing us free oxygen. See, you can think how many oxygen cylinders we could have taken in your age of 30 or 40 or like that. How much we could have paid for that one. So the nature is providing everything for free for us. So be kind to the nature also in return. You should be grateful to the nature also. Thank you. And I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to talk on such a topic to the August audience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now you can ask questions or clear your doubts by posting questions in the chat box.
Hello. I am Hemlata Talesra. Sir, Dr. Suresh.
I know, ma'am. I know, ma'am.
Your presentation is very effective and you used so many PPT and describe all with the examples.
Okay.
Being aware the children about environment, the teaching of environmental challenges is important. Like you already described pollution, global warming, climate change. And there is one question in my mind. How can we encourage the children in day-to-day teaching to make their lifestyle change? Because at present we have environmental education and environmental as a subject. But we are not success to change the lifestyle of our children and the other peoples also. How can we change the lifestyle? It is very important.
Actually, there is no ready-made answer for that one. The question we have to find the answers ourselves, I think, because nobody else can advise for that one. Earlier, when I presented the first slide, there was a UNESCO objectives. Actually, we stop at the level of knowledge. Even in classrooms, we preach very much, but we don't practice at all. We teach about plastic pollution, and still we are using plastic in our own premises, even households. Even the children are observing that. They learn by observing their parents or teachers. We don't practice at all. Then how will they practice that? So we have to change ourselves. That's the problem.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, how can we increase environmental awareness in children?
The only way is through activities. Actually, in Kerala schools, the state schools, they are doing a lot of things. Even I studied in NCRT, Regional College of Mysore. There was a period for gardening. There was a period for agriculture for the B.Ed students. But it happens in NCRT only. But in our colleges, we don't do anything for that one. We have periods for psychology, technology, philosophy, and for everything. Do we have a period for campus cleaning? Or do we have a period for horticulture or agriculture, or at least for planting? On every environmental day, we will just celebrate the environmental day. Then what else? Sometimes we may distribute certain saplings. And after that, what will happen? Whether they are planting that trees, whether the students are caring that one, whether they are growing that one, the teacher should do whatever they can for getting that done by the student. That's important. So actually, we should allocate certain time and period for this kind of activities also. Even in Kerala school, very near to my native place, Rani, there is a school, and they are growing vegetables in their premises. The students and teachers are growing. Then they are growing paddy there. Everything, these plantain trees, everything is there. It's part of their education. Actually, in basic education, Gandhi says it. But we forgot everything, and we are becoming more and more theoretical. So try to be practical that way. Actually, environmental education, that is, everything should be practical. In my classes, I used to take environmental education for last many years. And actually what I did was, I didn't teach so much. The students did everything. They actually went to the farm. They visited the places, and they spread the knowledge what they gained out of this classroom to the society, and they became the spokesman of the nature. That we should make, not for writing examination alone. We have to teach this one. This environment. So we should make it practical. I think that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Actually, I forgot to show that video. About Molai Pine. Shall I show that one?
Sure, sir.
Okay. That was a wonderful video.
On our Save Our Tigers campaign, and in fact, believing it's possible. Here's an incredible story of raising a forest on a sandbar in the middle of the Brahmaputra is living proof of this belief. This week, we are going to be bringing you green heroes from across the country.
A boat ride from Kokilamukh in Jorhat and then a 10-kilometer trek to Karthik Chapori gets us to Jadab Payeng's adopted home, 550 hectares of forest. In 1979, Jadab Payeng, or Mulai as he's popularly known, planted this teak tree on the sandbar now known after his name, Mulai Kathoni. Mulai was then 16 and saw hundreds of snakes dying from the heat that summer, and decided to grow a forest. Payeng planted a huge variety from bamboo to silk, cotton to gamari and teak. Slowly the birds came and the animals, and today this is like a private sanctuary.
শগুন প্ৰজাতিটো মানে আজি 25 বছৰ মোৰ ইয়াত দেখা পোৱা গৈছে কুৰুৱা চৰাই মাত শুনা গৈছে হেও 25 বছৰ শুনাই নাই আৰু দেখা নাছিল ঢেকিয়াপুটিয়া বাঘ আছে তিনটা আৰু শতাধিক মানে হৰিণা আছে ইয়াত
Jadav makes a living selling milk, but most of the time he's here in this changhar or tree house. The forest department is still to declare this as a sanctuary, but they do help Payeng.
We should appreciate him. We should appreciate him for future also.
One man's effort has transformed a sandbar into a sanctuary in a state where an entire Department of Forests and Environment has failed to contain timber smuggling or wildlife crime. With camera person Sanjay Chakravarti in Jorhat and Kishalaya Bhattacharya in Guwahati, Madhusudan for NDTV.
শগুন প্ৰজাতিটো মানে আজি 25 বছৰ মোৰ ইয়াত দেখা পোৱা গৈছে কুৰুৱা চৰাই
Tree house. The Forest Department is still to declare this as a sanctuary, but they do help Payeng.
We should appreciate him. We should appreciate him.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
Sir, hello.
Madam, you can carry on. You can continue.
Sir, we are teaching environmental education in schools. Will it bring any changes in environmental awareness?
Definitely, the information or knowledge will do to certain extent, but that's what I told actually. We should not stop at the level of knowledge. We should proceed from that one. The knowledge they should be able to develop attitudes and skills, and they should be able to participate in activities. They should become the spokesman of the nature, and they should be the practitioners of these kind of activities. For example, you teach about organic farming. Will you use chemical fertilizer or organic fertilizer at your? That's the question.
Okay,
Hello.
sir.
You have to practice that one. When you talk about learn about organic farming and talk about organic farming, you should practice that one. We talk
Okay,
about
sir.
plastic pollution, a lot of plastic pollution. Will you use throw these plastic bags or plastic bottles in after using this one, mineral water bottles? Will you throw it in the road, on the road or everywhere, or in the college or in the lake or river? So we have to practice that. That's the only way we can save the nature and ourselves. They are using that. That's what after celebrating the Environmental Day, will you plant a tree? After attending this webinar, will you plant a tree? Actually, there are a lot of things to say, but only 50 minutes were allotted to me, so I just rushed into through the topic. I could not tell many things. That's why.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Actually, I tried to reflect on certain things. I am not a person to give so many answers. I ask certain questions. It is a Socratic way of doing things, Socratic approach. I reflect certain things just around you. You all know, all these things. You have learned it from TV or newspapers or from where, because the flood is happening everywhere. The greenhouse effect is there. Everything is there.
मुझे पता चल गया इधर जो ना उसने ना देखा हो ना उसको बस बोलता है और
So I try to reflect those things. You have to think on that one and you have to act upon that one.
माइक को खोल दे
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and sharing your knowledge with us. It was very informative session for us.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now, for the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Dr. Jayalakshmi R., Assistant Professor, NSS Training College, Changanasheri. Welcome, ma'am.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Jayalakshmi, ma'am, unmute. Okay.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. Thank you, Devika, but I am not a doctor now.
Oh, sorry, Miss.
Namaste. Good evening, all. Now we have come to the end of the fourth day of our webinar series on eco-friendly practices for sustainability. On this occasion, as a representative of the faculty of the organizing institutions, let me express vote of thanks for this day. During this pandemic period of COVID, nature has given us opportunities to rethink and reflect upon our daily activities and make us being convinced the reality that we, the human beings, like any other animals or plants, are only a part of this living system. And today's topic was very relevant and significant in this aspect. First of all, let me appreciate Dr. Suresh KJ, an eminent and experienced teacher educator, environmentalist, and social activist for rendering such a nice session. Sir was telling that normally he takes 2 or 3 hours to transact the content. And I am sure that being a talented person, he is able to transact the content for a week also. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and thought-provoking session. And within a short period of time, he was successful enough to transact the content. The topic was environmental awareness and consciousness. More effectively and excellently. And he made us introspect that don't let be this the future, and stop climate change before it changes you. At the same time, with plenty of beautiful pictures of animals, plants and birds, nature, he was able to make us more optimistic towards our future also. On behalf of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, NSS Training College, Changanasheri, and on behalf of all the participants of this webinar, I'm very happy to extend my sincere gratitude to our dear Suresh sir for his enlightening and thought-provoking words. And he extended his expertise in the field of environmental education, which made this day more meaningful. And I am grateful to express my sincere thank you to the vibrant and energetic convener of this webinar, Dr. T. Shivashakti Rajammal Madam, and our beloved Srigala teacher. Both are the conveners of this webinar series who put so much efforts to bring before us such eminent resource persons in the concerned areas and to conduct this webinar in a very systematic and successful manner. Now I would like to express my sincere thank you to Dr. Pradeep Kumar sir, the principal in charge of NSS Training College, Changanasheri, for his constant support. And I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the teacher educators of both the organizing institutions, the teachers, research scholars, students of different institutions for their active, patient engagement, which made this day a grand success. And last but not the least, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our dear students. We couldn't have pulled this off without you. And once again, thank you to one and all. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's a time for national anthem.
Oh my God.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा हिंदी हिमाचल यमुना गंगा गंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Today's webinar is over. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suresh sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Srikala ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Pradeep Kumar sir. Thank you, Dr. Sri Kumar sir. Thank you, Dr. Jayalakshmi ma'am. Thank you, Mridula.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shivashakti ma'am.
Thank you, Revati. Thank you, Professor Hemalata ma'am. Thank you, Veena ma'am. Thank you, Devika ma'am. Thank you, Surya ma'am. Thank you, all the panelists. Thank you, all the participants.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Suresh sir.
Thank you, Dr. Premalata
Yes, sir.
ma'am also here. Thank you, Dr. Premalata ma'am.
Hemalata.
Premalata. Thank you, madam.
Hemalata. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. One of the organizing joint secretary.
Okay, thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
സുരേഷ് സാറ്
സാറ് പോയാ?
അതെ സുരേഷ് സാറെ ഓടിക്ക്. ആ ഉണ്ട്. ഹായ്. എണീച്ച് പോണ്ട. നന്നായി തകർത്ത്. ആ ഒരു മണിക്കൂർ കാണാമായിരുന്നു അല്ലേ? ആ അല്ല നന്നായിരുന്നു. അല്ല സാറിന്റെ
50 മിനിറ്റ് അല്ലേ ഉള്ളു. 50 മിനിറ്റ് കൊണ്ട്
അതെ 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 നന്നായിരുന്നു. നല്ലായിരുന്നു ചെയ്തു.
അപ്പൊ അങ്ങ് റഷ് ചെയ്തേ, അതാണ് പ്രശ്നം. എനിക്ക്
സൂപ്പറായിരുന്നു സുരേഷ് സാർ.
അതെ 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 ആ ഒരുപാട് ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക് കിട്ടിയ ആൾക്കാർ.
എക്സലന്റ്.
വേറെ കുറെ വീഡിയോസ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, അതൊക്കെ കാണിക്കണം. പക്ഷെ ഈ സമയത്തിനുള്ളിൽ തീർക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്.
പക്ഷെ ഈ ഷോർട്ട് പീരീഡ് ഓഫ് ടൈമില് ഭയങ്കര രസമായിട്ട് ചെയ്തു. നല്ല രസമായിരുന്നു.
മൊത്തം 220 സ്ലൈഡോളം ഉണ്ട്. അതായത് 50 മിനിറ്റ് കൊണ്ട് തീർക്കാന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഭയങ്കര ഇതല്ലേ. അത് ഞാൻ ഒരുപാട് വെട്ടി കുറച്ച് ഇങ്ങനെ റാഷ് ചെയ്ത്
ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക് ഫോം ഫില്ല് ചെയ്തു എല്ലാരും.
പേടിയുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
എനിക്കത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. എനിക്കത് വരുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. എനിക്കത് ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോ കിട്ടുന്നില്ല.
അല്ല അത് വന്നു കാണുമല്ലോ അപ്പുറത്ത്.
ഇവിടെ സൈഡിൽ കാണിക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ ഫീഡ്ബാക്കിന്റെ ഫോം.
ഉണ്ട് വരുന്നുണ്ട്.
സുരേഷ് അവിടെ മഴയുണ്ടാ? മഴയൊന്നുമില്ലല്ലോ. മഴയൊന്നുമില്ലല്ലോ അവിടെ.
വിളിക്കണം എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചിരിക്കുക. ഇന്നെന്തായാലും ഭാഗ്യത്തിന് മഴയില്ല.
ഇടിവെട്ടിയാണ് പ്രശ്നം.
അതെ കറണ്ട് പോയാലേ കറണ്ട് അല്ല സുരേഷ്, കറണ്ടാണേ പ്രശ്നം. കറണ്ട് ഒറ്റ പോയാലേ.
അല്ല കറണ്ട് പോയാൽ ഇതുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ നെറ്റ് ഇടി വന്നാൽ നെറ്റ് ഓൺ ആക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ലേ? ഇതല്ലേ വൈഫൈ അല്ലേ. എന്റെ മൊബൈലിൽ നിന്നുള്ള റേഞ്ച് കിട്ടത്തില്ല. മൊബൈലിൽ ഇവിടെ തീരെ കുറവാണ്. അതാണ് പ്രശ്നം. ഞാൻ അത് അങ്ങനെ പേടിയുള്ളായിരുന്നു.
മനോജ് സാറിനെയാണോ ഇപ്പൊ കണ്ടത്? മനോജ് സാറിനെയാണോ ഇപ്പൊ കണ്ടത്?
ഇവിടെ വന്നോ?
അല്ല മനോജ് സാറിനെ പോലെ തോന്നി.
അയ്യോ കണ്ടില്ല, ഞാൻ കണ്ടില്ല.
അല്ല എനിക്ക് ജസ്റ്റ് തോന്നി. അത്
ശിവശക്തി മാഡം പോയാ?
ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഓവർ ആയി കാണും അല്ലേ?
ഇല്ല ഉണ്ട്.
അതെ ശിവശക്തി മാഡം ഉണ്ടാ?
உண்டு உண்டு
Yes, sir. உண்டு உண்டு
நான்
சார்.
தமிழ் வரேன்.
எங்க இருக்கீங்க? உங்களை பார்க்கவே முடியலையே.
பேனலிஸ்ட்ல ஒரு நாளா கிளிக் பண்ணி பாருங்க சார்.
இப்ப தெரியுது.
எழுதி பாருங்க.
சார் ரெக்கார்டிங் ஆட்டோ கம்ப்ளீட் ரெக்கார்ட்.
நான் இல்லைன்னா என்னடா மீட்டிங் என்ன இருக்குது?
அல்ல
இந்த பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் நிறைய இப்பதான் ஃபீட்பேக் ஃபார்ம் கேக்குறாங்க. 6 மணிக்கு தான் முடியும், அப்புறமா போலான்னு இருந்திருப்பாங்க. ஒரு half an hour அப்ப போவோம் ஃபீட்பேக் போடும்போது கொஞ்சம் பேரு.
ഫസ്റ്റ് ഡേ വിസി ഇനാഗുറേഷൻ ഡേ
അപ്പോഴേ തുടങ്ങി. അപ്പോഴേ ചോദിച്ചു. വേണമെങ്കിലേ ചോദിക്കാം. വേണമെങ്കിൽ കുറച്ച് മുമ്പേ ചോദിക്കാം. അല്ലേ ശിവകുമാർ സാറേ, അരമണിക്കൂർ മുമ്പേ ചോദിച്ചേക്കാം തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന്.
അത്
some are attending just for certificates. By asking for feedback.
ഇന്നസെന്റ് പറഞ്ഞൊക്കെ എന്നാ പിന്നെ അരമണിക്കൂർ മുമ്പ് ചോദിച്ചേക്കാം തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ്.
നല്ല കാലം 3:30 ചോദിക്കാത്തത്. അപ്പം പോവാം, വിടാമോ? ശിവശക്തി മാഡം ബൈ.
ഓക്കേ വസേ, ഓക്കേ.
നാളെ
താങ്ക് യു.
ഓക്കേ സായങ്കാലം.
താങ്ക് യു.